like he just said, we got some Brazilian people in this room, bro. You feel me? Lean on each other. We believe in each other for sure.
But this really is their formula. They get a lead. They have such a great pass rush. They're excellent situationally.
I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate what they did to us the other day because it shouldn't have happened. But Jalen Hurts has that team at 8-1, and he is the biggest reason by far that team is 8-1.
The Philadelphia Eagles secured a pivotal win at home against a big rival in the Dallas Cowboys, and this team has really started to separate themselves from most of the league. They are just loaded with young talent everywhere throughout the roster, and they keep building more and more chemistry together every single week. In this video, I'm going to take you through how the Eagles were able to get the win over Dallas, and also just updating what's been going on with this team, because man, there's been a lot. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. Alright, so starting off with a quick game recap, 3 key defensive stands in the fourth quarter were really the thing that sealed the deal for Philly. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both caught touchdowns in the third quarter, and Kenny Gainwell also had a rushing TD as well. This was a super fun and entertaining game to watch, that is of course if you're an Eagles fan, and we're getting to that midway point in the season where these type of games matter even more. Anyways, we are now at bye week, and that has made for a very unusual week with Jason Kelce showing up just about everywhere, including the Wiener's Circle hot dog joint in Chicago, as well as guest commentating on Amazon as he weighed in one more time on the sexiest man in the world acknowledgement. You could just tell Kelce's having way too much fun this season, especially since he also released the second annual Philly Special Christmas album, which is just freaking amazing. But moving on to the actual football part of things, the Eagles are almost always a run-first team through and through, and I love that the passing game is their main weapon right now, and they have one of the best passing attacks in football, and that's going to go a long way because we already know they can run, so opposing teams are going to have to prepare for both. And if a defense is shutting down the passing attack, then they will be able to take over the game with the run, and if adjustments are made to stop the run, they can just go right back to passing. I guess I shouldn't really say that we know this team can run, because it's been a little bit more of a struggle than previous years, but you get my point. Throughout the years with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni in this era, and the Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson era, you could call a run to get a first down at will. They've always been good with this offensive line, and this is kind of the first time that they've occasionally been in a rut and have had to rely on passing to move down the field. And when you look at the stats, you wouldn't even be able to tell that the Eagles have struggled at all in the run game, because they are top 10 in yards as a team, and Swift is top 5. But the thing is, he is only averaging 3.4 yards a carry since week 4, which is 57th in the NFL. I think Philly will be able to clean this up by the end of the season, and they need to, because in the playoffs, you need more than one way to win in case your opponent is shutting a certain area down. And also, I'm a big believer in shrinking the game, and that's exactly what running the ball does, because when facing a guy like Patty Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, you want to keep the ball out of their hands for as long as possible and give them as few possessions as you can. But boiling it down, yeah, the rushing attack has struggled a bit, but you had some changes on the offensive line when it came to injuries. I mean, Tyler Steen gets his first career start after Sua Opeta goes down in the game before that, where he had to come out, and Cam Jurgens was in there before that. Hopefully with the bye week, we can see the starting 5 back to normal, and it definitely helps when you don't have to kind of run away from one side of the field. Anyways, moving on, now I want to talk more about the captain of this ship in Jalen Hurts, because as I've been saying, he just gets more and more phenomenal every week. Hurts has completed more than 73% of his pass attempts in 3 straight games, something that has never been done by a Philadelphia quarterback before. He's really improved his accuracy, and not only that, his decision making. Accuracy is not only where you place the ball and the ball being complete, but also going to the right place with the football, Eagles coach Nick Sirianni said. He also said, it's just him getting more and more comfortable with the plays that he's running and that he likes, and knowing where to go with the football accurately and going there in a timely fashion and doing so with good fundamentals and delivering the ball with accuracy. It's just 2 components, and he's doing a nice job of that. Another big part of Hurts' game that has been tremendously different than last year is the amount of deep balls he's throwing. He's really built a connection with A.J. Brown and also Devontae Smith, and he is not afraid to let it loose, and that has really opened up the offense. Also, the offense as a whole has improved in the red zone from the beginning of the year, which of course means more touchdowns and ultimately more points. Now switching over to the defensive side of things, they definitely came back down to earth a little bit after getting shredded by Washington and Dallas, but overall, they have still been really good this year, and they got a really big game against the Chiefs coming up, and I can't wait to see how this unit responds. The defensive line was really the group that had everyone's attention coming into this season, and they have delivered on all the expectations. Josh Sweat anchors this deep group with 6.5 sacks, 46 pressures, and 16 QB hits. But really, all the guys have been doing this together, and I don't know if there's anyone specifically who is like the leader. It's a group effort, and I can't wait to see what the future of Jalen Carter looks like. As for the linebacker room, Zach Cunningham was a late summer addition, and he leads this group with 54 tackles. This group definitely needs Nakobe Dean to stay healthy because he was already on the IR at the beginning of the season for 4 games, and now he is about to miss another 4. Overall, this team as a whole is just rolling, and honestly, I think they're just getting started, and I have no bias at all. I just think they have the QB and have the weapons to make another deep playoff run, and in my opinion, they may even be the team to beat, even though the Chiefs do still have Mahomes, Kelsey, and of course Andy Reid. The thing to me that stands out about the Eagles this season is that they just take care of business even in the games where they aren't playing at their full potential. They are able to drag out and grind out W's, and that Cowboys game was a great example of it. And like I said, in the playoffs, sometimes you just have to find a way to win, even if it isn't pretty or the same way that you typically do. That's really all I have to say for this video. The Eagles definitely needed this bye week because their next 5 upcoming games are against the Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, and Seahawks. So they definitely got their work cut out for them, and this will most likely be the first time they face adversity this season. And they need some because I want to see how they respond. Let me know in the comments below what you think about what the Eagles have done so far this season, and also how you think they're going to do over the next 5 games. Because man, it's about to get brutal, but I think they have what it takes to get through it, and if they can at least go 3-2, then that will be a major W. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point in the video, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world. And with the second half of the NFL season almost here, there is just so much to talk about across the league, so let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.